Shalom, Apostle Har coming back at you with this truth. Once again, giving all praise to Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. And I'm going to entitle this Isaiah 49. I'm going to read the whole chapter. And before I go into the chapter, I just want to say this. The Most High is raising up his people. Ezekiel, the 37th chapter, is being fulfilled right before the eyes of Esau, the enemy, and the other nations, and even blind Israelites. Any one of you out there, and I'm talking to you men especially, any man that woke up to the fact that they're Israelites, you're supposed to push this word. You're supposed to be on fire with this truth. The Most High didn't raise up men to, cruise to the kingdom or coast to the kingdom. This truth that the Most High has given to you, and he opened up your mind, your mind's eye, your spiritual eye, you can call it, to know that you're an Israelite. And to know that you're an Israelite that deals with the Old Testament as well as the New Testament. This truth came out of the Most High raised up Abba Bibbins, and he taught men. He taught three men, Marsha, Arya, and Yaikwab, and they became teachers and taught other men. We are the product of that lineup. From Abba, which is the fulfillment of Malachi, Elijah coming back, and the Lord, Yahushai, he spoke about Elijah coming back in this time. 20th century. Now we're in the beginning of the 21st, 17 years into the 21st century. But Elijah the prophet came on the scene in the 20th century, in the early 1900s. And that's a fulfillment of Malachi. That's a fulfillment of Matthew's the 11th chapter. That's a fulfillment of Matthew the 17th chapter. Because when you read Matthew the 17th chapter, the Lord spoke of Elijah coming back 2 times. He said, yeah, he's going to come back, but he was already here. And he explained to his disciples, and he explained to his disciples that's Elijah which was forth to come. So Elijah came on the scene during the time of the Messiah, and he came on the scene in the end of the 20th century. And that's, we believe that's Abba Bibbins, as they call him, Abba. Anyway, when he came on the scene, he was on fire for this word. He had such a heavy spirit on him that if he was teaching, that back then when they used to teach on ladders, and I remember there was one time when I got a ladder and I used to teach on a ladder years ago, because I heard the stories of from High Priest Arya, and he said if you disrupted him teaching, he'd get off the ladder and knock you out and get back up there and teach, and wouldn't worry about the cops coming on or anything, because he had a heavy spirit on him. He had a heavy spirit on him. That man was on fire. Just like at one time, High Priest Ariel was on fire. Now he's not in his right mind because he believes that this guy, Tazadakia, is a God sent comforter. And you're going to find out the comforter is the scriptures. Anyway, any Israelite man that wakes up to the fact that they're Israelites, and I'm talking mainly among the men that came out of One West, or the other Israelites out there that followed the men that came out of One West, because you have a lot of splinter groups right now. All the 2,000, 3,000 men that were part of the old One West school back in the 80s, 90s. Because you have a lot of these men that went back into the world. A lot of them left when the year 2000, when 2000 came around, after King Marshall had passed in 1999. And they went back into the world, just went back, did what they did prior to them waking up to the truth, and even forgot that they were Israelites. So when YouTube came on the scene, we took advantage of the YouTube concept and started putting up videos like crazy. So you have guys that left out, went back into the world, dusted off their garment, and went back out there and started teaching like they never left. Oh, by the way, the apostles of Great Millstone, we never left. We never stopped teaching. So prior to YouTube, we were out there teaching. We was on 34th Street. We was up there in Harlem. We were pushing that word out. From the mid to late 80s into the 90s, into the new millennium. Anyway, I'm going to read Isaiah 40, the 49th chapter. It says, "Listen, O owls, unto me, and hearken, ye people, from far. The Lord Yahweh hath called me from the womb. From the bowels of my mother hath he made mention of my name." And this is Isaiah talking. So the Most High came to Isaiah, a great prophet of the Most High, which he's here among us. We don't know. I can't tell you who he is. It says, second verse, "And he hath made my mouth like a sharp sword. In the shadow of his hand have he hid me." So we're like a secret weapon. We're the Most High's secret weapon. Because it seemed like we came out of nowhere. With the help of the web, which Apostle Gabar always says that the web, the YouTube, is doing our heavy lifting. Just like when you go back to the Apostle Paul and his 3 journeys that he made, mostly into Asia Minor. And if you go into the history of that, I believe it was 5 journeys that he made, but it was 3 major journeys that he made. That's what they always speak about. But I got to go back into the history. So the Apostle Paul, and there were other disciples that went to various places. We're talking about 2,000 years ago. They had went to various places in that region of the world to spread the gospel. So now we don't have to do that. All we have to do is do a video, film it, and upload it to YouTube, and 1 billion people can watch it. Hell, 2-3 billion people can watch it. Millions of people can watch it. So that's how the Most High set this whole thing up. And as I've been saying, that the Most High set up the web and YouTube. This is the most highest thing. This is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai's thing to push this word. Matthew 20:24, it said this gospel shall be preached throughout the whole world, or published throughout the whole world, and then the end can come. It's been published throughout the whole world. Now you got these fake Christians, these grape juice drinkers, these born againers, trying to come up against what we're teaching, and you're gonna fail. You're gonna fail. The Most High has set up his men. The Most High's people are the children of Israel. The Most High did not come for any other nation. He came for the children of Israel. And we are the people of Israel, not those people over there in the land of Israel right now. They didn't fulfill nothing. All right, second verse again. And he have made my mouth like a sharp sword, and the shadow of his hand hath he hid me, and made me a polished shaft. And his quiver, and a quiver, that's where you put arrows in. You have a bow and arrow, you take the arrow out of the quiver, and you shoot the arrow. So we're the Most High's arrows. We're the Most High's polished shaft. We're the Most High's sharp sword. And it's not talking about a physical sword or physical arrows or physical quiver or physical polished shaft. The war that we're fighting is a spiritual war. This is spiritual. And the ones of you that are spies and infiltrators and among Israel, the Israelites out there that are getting paid off, the Most High is he's gonna bring you a horrific, agonizing death. Because when you fight against us, you're fighting against the Most High. That's Acts the 5th chapter, the 38th verse. Third verse. And said unto me, thou art my servant. So the prophets of the Most High are the servants of the Most High. We came down here to do, the Most High sent us down here to do a job. And that's to push this word. And we've been doing this job. The scripture said, he that endureth, Matthew 24 again, he that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved. So you got guys in the past that were on fire, but then the fire went out. And they're trying to get back in, but they can't get back in. You would be an unprofitable servant. Third verse again. And said unto me, thou art my servant, O Israel. So it's not talking about other nations. It's talking about the people of Israel. And out of Israel, the Most High redeemed or picked out the men in Israel that were going to be prophets, in whom I will be glorified. And then I said, I have labored in vain. And that's what it seems like sometimes. And that's why guys fall off, because they go out and they do the work for 2-3 years, 5 years, 7 years, and they don't see anything happening, and then they get weak and then they fall off. And we've seen that through the years. Or they become scoffers. Fourth verse again. Then I said, I have labored in vain, I have spent my strength for naught, and in vain, yet surely my judgment is with Yahweh, and my work with my power. And 1 Corinthians, the 3rd chapter, comes to mind. I believe it's around the 15th verse. I'm not going to go to it. But basically, the Most High said, you know, when you go out there and you teach this word, and, you know, you gather a fruit of followers, the ones that don't remain, well, they're going to be tested by fire. So if you don't have any fruit, you're still going to be glorified in the sight of the Most High because you did his work. Fifth verse. And now saith Yahweh that formed me from the womb to be his servant, to bring Jacob, that's another name for Israel. Jacob's name was changed to Israel, again to him. Didn't say Jacob and Esau and Ishmael and Moab. Didn't say that. If the Most High set us up to save all these nations, he would have put it right here in the 5th verse. He said, Jacob, though Israel be not gathered, yet shall I be glorified in the eyes of Yahweh, and my power shall be my strength. 6th verse. And he said, it is a light thing that thou shouldest be my servant to raise up the tribes of Jacob. The tribes of Jacob are who? The 12 tribes of Israel. So the Most High sent us down here to raise them up. So this is an important job that we have. And to restore the preserved of Israel. I will also give thee for a light to the Gentiles. Now, if you don't understand the scriptures, you're going to say, well, wait a minute. It says Gentiles there. It's talking about other nations. It's talking about the Israelites that are scattered throughout the north, south, east, and west. That thou mayest be my salvation unto the end of the earth. Because we're already on the other side of the earth. Seven. Thus saith Yahweh the Redeemer. Redeemer means to buy back. Redeemer of Israel and his Holy One, to him whom men despiseth, hate. When you click on that word, deep hate. To him whom the nation abhorreth, to a servant of rulers, kings shall see and rise, princes also shall worship, because the Lord Yahweh that is faithful and the Holy One of Israel, and he shall choose thee. He shall choose Israel, starting with the elect. Thus saith Yahweh, in an acceptable time have I heard thee, and in a day of salvation have I helped thee. And I will preserve thee, and give thee for a covenant of the people. Now, the first covenant came by way of Moses. He was a mediator. And those were laws written on tablets of stone. The second covenant, which is found in Jeremiah 31, verse 31, and Hebrews 8, verse 6 on down, speaks about a second covenant. And that second covenant, that new covenant, is going to be written in our hearts, our minds, of the people of Israel, to establish the earth, because we're going to get the next kingdom, to cause to inherit the desolate heritage, which is our land. Our land is a mess right now. You got those so-called Jews over there. Then you got other nations over there as well. 9th verse. That thou mayest say to the prisoners. So we're in the prison system right now, because we're under this man's, we're under his power. And it's not talking about an actual physical prison with bars. It's talking about some of us are in prison. Some of us are here under this man's system. Go forth to them that are in darkness. The ones that don't know that they're Israelites. And not just and it goes beyond just knowing you're an Israelite, because you have Israelites out there that are not prophets. Show yourself. That's why we go out on the highways and the byways. That's why we put up the videos. That's why you know our faces. They shall feed in the ways, and the food is this truth, and their pastures shall be in all high places. 10th verse. They shall not hunger nor thirst. Hunger for what? The truth. Neither shall the heat nor sun smite them. For he that hath mercy on them, them are the Israelites, shall lead them even by the springs of water. That's St. John 7:38. Even by the springs of water shall he guide them. 11th verse. And I will make all my mountains a way, and my highways shall be exalted. So when this government, Esau's government, goes down, our government will come up. 12th verse. Behold, these shall come from far, because we're scattered all over the place. Luke 21:24. And lo, these from the north and from the west, and these from the land of Sinim. Sing, O heavens. And that's what we're doing. What is that? Exodus 15. Revelation 14. Sing a new song. Sing, O heavens, and be joyful, O earth, and break forth into singing, O mountains. For Yahweh hath comforted his people. Who is his people? The Israelites. And will have mercy upon his afflicted. And we're all being afflicted in one way or another. But Zion said, Yahweh hath forsaken me, and my Lord Yahweh hath forgotten me. And that's what it feels like. Can a woman forget her suckling child, that she should not have compassion on the son of her womb? Yeah. They may forget, yet will I not forget thee. Behold, I have graven thee upon the palms. I have graven thee. I have graven the Israelites, the children of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel. I have graven thee upon the palms of my hands. So anytime the Most High looks at his hands, he sees Israel there. So he's reminded. You know, if you have to do something and you think you might forget, you might be forgetful, well, you might put it in yourself, your cellular phone. It's an inside joke. Or your smartphone, you might go to memo, put it in there. Or back in the day, like if you took a test and you wasn't sure of a particular answer, you would write it on the palm of your hand. So when that test came up and that question came up on that test, you would look at the palm of your hand and you would, that's what it means. So that's what the Most High did. So he's never going to forget us, because what is the 16th verse said? He wrote us on the palm of his hands. Let me read that again. Behold, I have graven thee. And when you grave, that means you can't wash it off. It's like a tattoo, like a marking. It said, behold, I have graven thee upon the palms of my hands. Thy walls are continually before me. 17, thy children shall make haste, thy destroyers, and they that made thee waste shall go forth of thee. There's going to be a change of worlds. 18 verse, lift up thine eyes around about, and behold, all these gather themselves together, and come to thee. As I live, saith Yahweh, thou shalt surely clothe thee with them all. And the clothing is this knowledge, is this information that we have, as with an ornament, and bind them on thee as a bride doeth, because we're compared to a bride. Yahushua, our Lord, is the bridegroom. 19 verse. For thy waste and thy desolate places, and the land of thy destruction shall even now be too narrow by reason of the inhabitants, and they that swallow thee up shall be far away. Because the Most High is going to expand this earth. Isaiah 54:1. 20th verse. The children which thou shalt have after thou hast lost the others shall say again in thine ears. Because, Israel loses a lot of children by gun violence. You have the situation down there in D.C. where it's like a media block. CNN's not speaking about it. Fox News damn sure ain't speaking about it, because they're a bunch of racists. And they're told by their producers not to bring it out. You have, and what was a week ago, you had 14 young girls of a certain age that just disappeared. And I think it was in the space of a day or a couple of days. So you lost your children, but you're going to get your children back. The place is too straight for me. Straight meaning hard. Give place to me that I may dwell. (21) Then shalt thou say in thine heart, who hath begotten me these, seeing I have lost my children, and am desolate? And we as a people are desolate. A captive, we're captives in this land, and removing to and fro. And who have brought up these? Behold, I was left alone. These were had they been, these where had they been, 22. Thus saith the Most High Yahweh, the Most High, behold, I will lift up mine hand to the Gentiles. Who are the Gentiles? Those are Israelites that lost the fact that they were Israelites and that are scattered throughout the whole planet Earth. Because you have Israelites that's going to look like Moabites. You're going to have Israelites that look like Edomites. You're going to have Israelites that look like so-called Jews. You're going to have Israelites that look like Vietnamese. You're going to have Israelites that look like Ishmaelites and speak the Ishmaelite language. You're going to have Israelites that look like Hamites, and set up my standard to the people, and they shall bring thy sons in their arms, and thy daughters shall be carried upon their shoulders. (23) And kings shall be thy nursing fathers, and this is in the kingdom. When the Most High establishes us in the kingdom that he's going to set up for us, we're going to have slaves and servants. And your slaves and servants are these other nations. 23rd verse again. And kings shall be thy nursing fathers, and their queens thy nursing mothers. They shall bow down to thee with their face toward the earth. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to bow down to us and lick up the dust of thy feet. And thou shalt know that I am Yahweh. For they shall not be ashamed that wait for me. And we're waiting for the Most High. Meaning we received this truth. We went on the highways and the byways. We putting out these videos. in sincerity and in truth, and we're on fire about this thing. And I'm going to say this again. You guys that know that you're Israelites, if you have this knowledge hidden in a napkin in your back pocket or buried somewhere, the Most High is going to destroy you, man. Once you know that you're an Israelite and you learn these scriptures and you take hold of the plow and then looketh back, Luke 9:62, you're not fit for the kingdom. So you're going to die over here in Babylon with the enemy, the Edomites and the other nations. Most High going to look at you like a black Edomite. 24. Shall the prey be taken from the mighty, or the lawful captive delivered? So we're going to be delivered. We're going to be taken from the hand of the mighty. And we're not mighty, man. We are sheep in the midst of wolves. 25. But thus saith Yahweh, even the captives of the mighty shall be taken away, and the prey of the terrible, Esau is the terrible, shall be delivered. For I will contend with him. Esau he's in the power seat. That contendeth with thee. Acts 5:38. And I will save thy children, which are the Israelites. 26, last verse. And I will feed them that oppress thee with their own flesh, and they shall be drunken with their own blood. So the Most High is going to utterly destroy the enemies of Israel, as with sweet wine, and all flesh shall know that I Yahweh, am thy Savior and thy Redeemer, the mighty one of Jacob. And anyway, with that, I'm going to say Shalom.